Welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim here at Trippy Commentaries. Thank you guys for joining us here for this playthrough. Now we're going to do a lot of editing in this playthrough just because there is going to be a lot of buying and selling and a lot of tedious things, a lot of upgrading of our characters, especially when it comes to smithing and stuff like that, where it gets a little bit time consuming, and this will be a great way for us to see the entire playthrough without having to sit through some of that more tedious stuff. We have just escaped the opening area of the game, and there's a lot to do, of course, but our character is pretty weak, and I think we are just going to take it the normal road here just to start off with. Eventually we will really start exploring and just going in whatever the hell direction we feel like it, but for now, let's just follow this road, and it's probably going to be the safest thing to do, and find where it leads. Here we have some magical stones that will increase our ability in whichever category we choose. So you have the Thief Stone, the Mage Stone, and the Warrior Stone. I gotta say, I'm gonna try to use magic as much as possible in this playthrough, but for the most part, brute strength is usually the way to go. Let's go ahead and use that for now. The Thief Stone is pretty good. I know a lot of people do like to play with that style where you kind of steal stuff and cut some corners to make it a little bit easier, but I once again prefer with brute strength just to make sure we can handle all of these opponents with ease. Speaking of, let's make sure we have a weapon ready to go. The bow and arrow is for sure my favorite weapon in the game, and it's probably something I will take advantage of. I like to max it out as fast as possible, but that will still take a while. Now, those of you who've played the game probably know that this is one of the first areas up here that they kind of want you to go. It's called Bleak Falls Barrow, and we'll go check that out. That's definitely one of the first places you're going to want to go. It's not too difficult at all. It's a good place to rank up, and you get some treasure right off the bat. Now, a lot of times when you play the game, you're going to end up following that character that kind of saved us there and led us through the dungeons and the underground caverns. So if you follow him, he's going to lead you to this town. He got ahead of us, so we're just going to follow the path anyways. Now, there is a mine coming up that I like to hit. In fact, we passed it. It's right up this ridge. Let's see how much weight we currently have right now. We have 290 out of 300, which means we're going to want to just make a beeline for this town and unload before we head back out on our adventures. This will be the first village we discover, Riverwood. Not a whole lot to it. Many of the bigger cities you have to go through a load screen to actually make it into, but this one is built right into the overworld. Perhaps legends of a dragon are true. We do know them to be true because we saw the dragon for ourselves, but as we'll learn, many of these characters still aren't sure if it's just old wives' tales or what. Here's Alvor. This is a smithy here, guy who owns his own forge. Good guy to make friends with and start upgrading right from the get-go here. If you say that, or if you ask him if he needs help around the forge, he'll ask you to do some simple chores. Only reason you're going to want to do that is just to figure out how to actually do everything. If you're a veteran of the game, you know all too well how to smithy and forge everything you need to do. Let's see here. So, what are they telling us to do? Make the sword. So, I don't know. We'll do that another time. We don't really want to mess with that too much now. I talked about some time-consuming stuff. That is definitely one of them. But I'll make sure to upgrade our character off-screen, and that way we can get some good armor as soon as possible. If you look on the top there, that white arrow is going to point you towards the direction you're going to want to go, and they're pointing us towards this chick right here, and here's our old pal Ralof, who helped us escape. Who are you, Girder?
New to Riverwood? If you're looking for work, go see Hod at the mill.
Let's see if she gives us anything.
Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. Oh, what's this all about? What are you two doing here?
Alright, so we can get any of this stuff for free if we want. Too bad most of it is a bunch of crap that we don't need. Minor healing. This is going to be useful for a very limited amount of time. Pretty soon, we're not even going to want to take that.
A dragon in Helgen? It can't be.
Towards the beginning of this game, you really do a lot of telling people that you saw a dragon and getting their expressions and figuring out their story and whether they actually believe in dragons or not. Eventually, people will know them to be all too true.
I don't know why, but I actually believe you. You've got the look of someone who's just seen a dragon. Things just go from bad
Okay.
to worse. First the war, now dragons. What's this world coming to? The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on
There's a
the
ton
loose.
of NPCs in this
Riverwood's
game to
defenseless.
meet. Many of them are very helpful.
To Jarl in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Alright, so our first mission is to go to Whiterun, the centralized city in the map. In fact, let's take a look at the map here. It is pretty massive. All of these are different cities you can go explore. There's one thing I'll be showing off here rather soon. Over in Dawnstar, there is a secret treasure chest that we can take advantage of, and I will definitely be doing that. That will make it a little bit easier for us, and we'll take it. But you have Falkreath down here. Windhelm is one of the more epic cities. Definitely an ancient looking city. And there's one city over here, Markarth, man. That one is pretty wild as well. It is kind of built into some waterfalls. Pretty cool stuff. But the first place we're going to want to check out is Whiterun, which is right here. It's actually, here's the city itself, but he is in his own little castle, so to speak. It's called Dragon's Reach. So we'll go check that out. Shall we thank Ralof for introducing us to this fine lady?
Just head north. Can't miss it. It's the capital of Whiterun Hold. Jarl Balgruuf still hasn't declared for one side or the other. So
Interesting here, the Jarl, which is kind of like the king, or the royalty or the leader, maybe the president of the city. He is not decided between the Imperial side and the Stormcloak side, and that goes for us as well. We're not really sure what we should do. Ralof here is a Stormcloak. He's wearing the blue, and I believe the Imperial is a reddish color.
join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's Ulfric.
Yep, and we saw that Ulfric escaped as well. We definitely got to go talk to Ulfric. Hopefully he remembers us. Let's say we have to think about it for now. Let me know what you guys think we should do. If we should join the Stormcloak or the Imperials. I've beaten the game twice, both with each different storyline, and it kind of seems like the Stormcloaks are being made out as the good guys, but at the same time, sometimes I think Ulfric's a douchebag. We'll have to think about that and figure it out. Now, if you join, or if you follow the Imperial guy, he still will lead you to the same place. Remember, back in that intro area there at Helgen, you can choose between following the two different guys. And the Imperial dude is friends with Alvor's family here, so he'll help you out a little bit more. But let me go ahead and check out the forge here, and I'll meet you guys on our trek to Whiterun.
You looking for a new blade?
One thing we do want to do before we head over to Whiterun is head to the Riverwood Trader. Now this is where we can sell all of our items. As I showed off, we are at almost maximum weight, so it is extremely important to get rid of everything so that way we have plenty of room to carry more things in our adventure over to Whiterun. What's going on here?
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, customer. I don't know.
Okay, so basically he's going to tell us about his golden claw being stolen, the dragon's claw. It was taken up to Bleak Falls Barrow. As I mentioned, that's a place that the game is going to try to guide us towards earlier, because it is easier. and that's definitely where we can find some helpful stuff. And this is one of the guys who will lead us there. Also, there will be some people in Whiterun telling us to go there as well. So we'll definitely make sure to go there pretty early on, as I mentioned.
Show those thieves. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Alright, I went ahead and sold everything that I needed to. One other thing that is definitely helpful to do before we get out of here, especially now that we have some money, we can ask him if he knows about spells. And he does have some books that will teach us some spells. Let's see if there's any helpful ones. The one thing I'm really looking for is the one that acts as a flashlight. Very, very useful in the caves. And in fact, I'm going to make sure to get that before we head into any caverns to make sure it's not too dark. But for now, let's grab Frostbite. That'll be a cool one to use. And everything else is pretty much useless. So let's head out of here. Alright, time to head out on our adventure to Whiterun. It's not too far. We are almost at level 2. So let's make sure to reach level 2 before we actually enter Whiterun. One thing I will want to do is head into the books menu. That's where we can find our Frostbite book. Now you're going to have to destroy your book to learn the spell. After you do that, also make sure to go into your magic menu and set it as a favorite by pressing the Y button. And there you have it. Now we have the deadly Frostbite attack. Let's go ahead and try it out. There's a nice waterfall over here. Man, one of the best things about this game is just the foliage and the atmosphere. Just some of the best environments that I've ever seen in any game. Oh, not close enough. This is basically a bit of a flamethrower, only with ice. So it's an ice thrower. Die, elk. I want venison. Let's switch it up to the longbow here. Hold still. As soon as we upgrade our bow, we will be able to slow time and zoom in and make it a lot easier, but as of right now, it's not the easiest to control. Haha. Oh, damn, man. I'm so weak at this point. Let's run over. Perhaps we shall finish him off with the sparks like a Sith Lord. There are some things that I will definitely be doing during this playthrough. One of the things that I like to do while playing Skyrim is throw my victims off the side of mountains. So as soon as I find someone to kill, and if I just so happen to be on a high ledge, I will definitely make sure to throw them off. That'll be one of our trademarks here. And it appears the deer has gotten away. I don't know how that happened. Lucky bastard. Let's continue forth. One thing that I kind of brought up earlier was just magic in general. I find it a little bit more difficult to use at first. Once you upgrade it, which is very time consuming, it takes a while, then it gets more useful. But at first you really go through it quickly, and I find myself just saving it for healing purposes mostly. But for the purposes of this playthrough, we're definitely going to want to make sure our magic is powerful, so that way we can show it off and be a powerful magic character, a magician. We need Darth Trippy to be well balanced and make sure he can kick people's asses in a multitude of ways. Considering we are trying to upgrade our character here before making it to Whiterun, it would sure be nice if some things come out and try to kill us. Aha! Take that. And there we have it. We have reached level 2. Perfect. So what do you say we check it out? For the first time, we will level up our character. Simply press the B button and head up into your stats, I guess you can call this. A bunch of constellations, and each one resembles a different category. Let's upgrade our health. Definitely something you're going to want to upgrade pretty quickly. And this is one of the coolest things about the game. You have a ton of options here. One thing I think I'm going to go to immediately is archery. Always good to have an advantage on some of these difficult enemies by being a little bit more powerful in the archery category than you're supposed to. At least that's my playstyle. Who do we have here? Now, if I were to kill these people, which I'm very tempted to, and free this this slave here, or maybe he's not a slave, maybe he's just a prisoner. But it appears he's a Stormcloak, and he's being held captive by these Imperial soldiers. So I would like nothing more than to kill these guys and go ahead and save this character here. But I will probably get my ass kicked, and I think if I do that, they will also put a bounty on me. Not good. Not good to be thrown into prisons here in Skyrim. So I'll avoid that for now. What do we have here? I believe this is a brewery of some kind. The meadery, as it's called. There are some missions that we can do later on in the game over there. We'll definitely make sure to check them out. Alright, so one thing we're going to have to do is find the entranceway to Whiterun. I'm not exactly sure where it is. I sometimes find myself walking around the entire city just looking for a way to get in there. There's also a horse stable in front of every city. Horses are very expensive, especially early on in the game. So I probably will not be riding around on a horse, at least to start off with. But there are some pretty cool special horses, and we'll definitely have to make sure to go out of our way to grab one of those. Which way do I go? Damn it. I think we go this way. Nighttime is falling here in Skyrim. Much like games such as Ocarina of Time and Grand Theft Auto, there is a day-night cycle in the game. It doesn't really change too much up. I prefer to explore during the daytime just for the obvious lighting reasons. What do we have over here? A Nin root. Or a Nern root. Whatever. Alright, I'm starting to see the entranceway to the epic city of Whiterun. We'll definitely find ourselves coming here early and often. You can purchase a house in all of the major cities, including this one. And this is probably a house that we're going to want to buy early on. It's not too expensive. It is expensive, you know, compared to a lot of other things. But compared to the other houses, it is cheap. And it's going to be important to get a house as soon as possible. And this one will be centrally located. Hopefully they allow us into the city. It looks very well protected. Darth Trippy coming through here, guys. I'm an important character to the storyline. Let me through.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about.
Is he going to let us in? This one looks good.
You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach at the top of the hill.
Who would have thought honesty is actually the best policy in this case? Imagine that.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more
Idalaf?
soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Many different legions, apparently. You got the Battleborns here. This is Adrienne Avanici, who is another character we'll be talking to a lot. She is the local blacksmith here, her and her husband. And definitely a good place to take advantage of the blacksmith. I really like to grind that, and I'll be doing that off screen like I mentioned, just to make sure we have some really good equipment as early as possible. Here's the house that we can purchase eventually, the Breeze home. That'll be our home sweet home at some point. In fact, we'll own every single house that's available here in Skyrim. I do own the DLC that allows us to build our own house, so we'll be doing that pretty soon as well. Here's the Bannered Mare. This is the inn/bar. Good times to be had in there. And here is the general goods store. Anybody who's played Skyrim has probably been in that store about 1,000,000 times. And we will be going there a lot ourselves. Alright, it is the middle of the night, but I don't believe the Jarl has a bedtime. I think he probably will be up throughout the night, and if he's not, we'll go wake him up. Fuck it. We have urgent news here. There is a dragon attacking the city. I was thinking about possibly going and taking a nap, but this is too important. Here's Dragon's Reach. Let's enter it. What's going on in here? Looks like they have gotten word of dragons. Who is this woman? I have urgent news. Erleth.
Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
Unfortunately, you cannot actually kill everyone right now. That would be a great option. But there's people in here that will completely, brutally destroy me. At this point, at least.
You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
Absolutely, I did. Let's go ahead and scare him a little bit.
Smear Irileth was right. What do you say now, Commentaries? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the
Alright,
most
sounds like these guys have the best interest of Riverwood in mind.
That is a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not.
I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Cause trouble in Whiterun, and I'll haul you into the Dragon's
You'll
Reach
excuse
dungeon
me.
myself.
I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative.
Nice.
You've done Whiterun service. I
The
will
Jarl
take
has thanked us.
Take this as a small token
He's
of my
studded Imperial armor. Nice.
Is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your
Not really sure why he thinks we have any talents. We're only level 2, and all we did was run away from a dragon.
my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
Oh, the rumors are true, Jarl Bolgraf. Where is this court wizard you speak of? I'm not sure why we are not on fire and losing HP very rapidly, but apparently Darth Trippy is immune to fire, or at least that form of fire. Here he is.
Varengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your
As they are talking, one cool thing you can do is hold A and you can grab onto things. It's pretty useful. We can actually use it to take it, put this in another room where obviously we are out of their sight. And it's pretty useful. We can steal the soul gem with anybody without anybody even realizing it. We'll be taking advantage of that quite a bit.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragon. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch...
This is one of those highly questionable aspects of the storyline.
An ancient stone tablet that may...
You think there would be someone here in Whiterun that would be far more experienced and better suited to do this mission. But in our case, because the story demands it, they ask us, some random guy wearing shitty Imperial armor.
learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone said to contain a map of dragon. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Easy enough.
A prospective student, are you? Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. You should try your luck at the
College of Winterhold, eh? We'll definitely go check out that area pretty soon, guys, that's for sure. I was talking about making sure we're good in magic, and that's a must location if we have any hopes in being a master magician. Is there anything else that you have here. Let's see what he's got
I
for
had you
sale.
figured.
Perhaps he's got some
I
spells.
think you'll appreciate this.
Oh man, we are dead broke apparently. 273 gold. That's terrible. Candlelight. This is exactly what I wanted. Actually, there's candlelight, and I think there's another one. Oh well. Candlelight is good enough. We shall take it. This is pretty damn important to make sure you can see in the caves. Alright, so we agreed, and he has sent us to Bleakfall Barrow, just like the guy there at the Riverwood Trader.
Of course, Jarl Bell. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure you will prove most useful.
And if we can pull off this mission, we will earn much needed brownie points here with the Jarl, and perhaps get closer to taking over the city.
Oh, I thought you were on your way to Bleak Falls Barrow.
Bleak Falls Barrow. Can't be too bad. We did grab some magic items, which means we can disenchant them. Something we'll be doing quite a bit as well. We grabbed these magical robes and a hood here. So let's go ahead and destroy them to learn their magical effects, which will increase our enchanting stat. Another thing that we'll be looking to increase pretty rapidly to make sure our character is as powerful as possible. Let's go ahead and head out. I think there's only one more thing I want to do before heading out to Bleak Falls Barrow. We're just going to head over to the, I guess it's the underground cemetery area. So we'll head there. There's a small mission that we can do to help out the priest, and that'll be our first completed mission before we head out to Bleak Falls Barrow, which is back in the direction of Riverwood. No lollygagging. The background song that's playing right now is one of my favorite tunes in the game. I really love it when this track is playing, and just goes along with the epic soundtrack that this game brings to the table. Let's head down to the Hall of the Dead. Where is the priest? Perhaps he is passed out at this time? Wake up. We have come to save you.
Do you believe in mighty Arche, god of life and death?
Sure, why not? I know him well.
Glad to know that because I need your help. You see, I've lost something precious.
What did
My
you
amulet
lose?
Arche. It's the source of my divine powers and also a sacred badge of office. I misplaced it in the catacombs. I
Catacombs.
looked for it, but I have been hearing noises down there.
This is probably the easiest dungeon in the game by far.
That amulet
Of course, the
was
main
powerless
reason
to
why we were
confront.
coming here.
Would you be willing to search for it?
I'll find your amulet for you.
Just wait here and make sure nothing foul escapes the catacombs.
Okay, this place is pathetically easy. Let's go ahead and electrocute some skeletons. Aha! Our first battle goes down without much of a problem at all. As you can see, these weapons that these skeletons carry are pretty weak and really not worth much of anything as well. So most of the time these guys are useless. But sometimes they do carry jewelry. Here we go. We'll take it. Let's go ahead and switch it up to the bow and arrow. Very creepy sounding guys. They got some blue eyes. And this is just the precursor of some environments that we'll be exploring very soon. In fact, this looks a little bit similar to Bleak Falls Barrow, a place that we'll be going next. Is anyone in here? I believe this is where we can find the Amulet of Arche. For some reason he lost it. It's right here. I mean, come on. What a lazy bastard. And that's pretty much all we can find in here. Except for the undead. Ooh, here we go. An unusual gem. Forgot that was even in here. And that's about it. Aha. Okay. 8 coins. Ooh, perfect. What do we have here? Block increased. Something I very rarely use. One thing I will be doing is saving all of the books that we find, and we will be using them to put them in our bookshelf in our home once we start building our house over near Falkreath. I have your necklace. Wake up, damn it.
I spend so much time among the dead or something. Oh,
There you have it. You can normally buy these things for like 10 gold coins at any local shop, I think. Ooh, 15 coins. Whoop-de-doo. Do you have anything I could at least steal? There's a coin purse. Is this anything good? Is this some poison? Nah, who cares? Perfect, he went back to sleep. Now we can steal his coin purse. Haha. I mean, he didn't give us enough money anyway, so it's right that we do that. Alright, so that should do it for this episode. I'm probably going to go do a couple more things over there at the blacksmith shop before heading out. We can upgrade this bow and arrow, so we'll want to do that. And that's probably about it for now. And then we will head back towards Riverwood, and then we will explore the nearby Bleak Falls Barrow. So in the next episode, I will meet you guys at Riverwood, and we will prepare to enter the very first difficult dungeon of the game, as that small little Hall of Dead area that we just went into, that obviously doesn't count. But thank you guys for joining us here for this episode. My name's RJ, and I will catch you in the next episode of Let's Play Skyrim. Peace out, guys.